What's going on, YouTube? Back here. It's been a long time. I haven't made a video, but I figured I'd make a new one on the upgrades on my Mustang, because it's been a long time since I made an update on this car. It's been probably at least 2 years. Nonetheless, for those of you who've never been on my channel, which I'm assuming is most of you, this is my 2010 4-liter Mustang. So the last year of the 4-liter V6. So it's not completely stock, it's not completely souped up either. It's got quite a few things done to it. I mean, overall, I've had it for close to 3 years now, and it's been the best car I've ever owned in my life. You know, I bought this car with the intention of having it be my daily. You know, that includes winter driving, that includes all the roughness that could occur. Never did I think that I would fall in love with this car the way I did. It went from a super base model Mustang to what you see today. So where do I even start? It's been so long since I've made the video, but you know, it's got first things first, I had the American Racing torque thrust wheels. You know, so I've always loved the way these look. I mean, they're just the definitive muscle car, in my opinion, the definitive Mustang wheel. I mean, this is the way to go. Kind of wish I had gotten a bit bigger. I should have went 18s. That's definitely for sure. Also, you know, in the back, I wish I had a bit more of a staggered setup. I wish the back tires were a bit thicker, but for what it's worth, I think it came out pretty nice. You know, the fitment is pretty on point, considering this is a car I drive pretty much every day. It's not too harsh, not necessarily comfortable either, but it's still relatively comfortable. It's got 1-inch spacers in the back. Got the blacked out LED markers on the side, the S550 tail lights. So these, unfortunately, I can't really give the best demonstration because it's in the middle of the day, but you know, these are the sexiest lights in the world, man. You know, I've even got the dynamic diodynamic sequencer. So lock the door, press the brake, put the hazards on, always goes in sequence. Absolute must have on these cars. Got the single MagnaFlow exhaust, MagnaFlow Street Series. So that's been one of the first mods I did on the car, actually. It's a little black inside there because I have catalyzers, but not exactly. The catalytic converters are pretty much, they're high flow catalytic converters, let's just put it that way. You know, I was a bit too hard on the drag strip with this car and ended up melting the original cats, which is another thing for 4.0 people out there. If you're gonna push this car, don't put your red line too high if you have stock cats, because you will obliterate your cats. That's 100% for sure. Nonetheless, you got the this is recent too, actually. I put a bit of an old school touch because I love nostalgia. I love the history behind Mustang. I put the old school logos on the side. You know, I tried to replicate it as best as I could, you know, from 65, 66 era Mustang. In my opinion, the sexiest years. Like in back, it's got the blacked out markers in front too. The blacked out headlight housings as well. You know, these, I didn't want to go projector because I wanted to keep the look of this car. I didn't want to modernize it too much. I wanted to put a bit of modern, a bit of retro, a bit of nostalgia, a bit of everything in it, really. You know, that's why I had the billet grille in front too. Give it a bit of retro to it as well. Of course, you know, there's the rally stripes on it. It's you know, I just there's so much to say that, like, I go around the car and I keep forgetting what I've added, because there's so much that's been added to this car. You know, the oh yeah, Megan Racing, that's another thing. I got it lowered, so it's in through Megan Racing. It's got 1.5 inches in front, 2 inches in back. So, you know, people say, you know, the Mustang rake, it's supposed to be, you know, lower in the front, a bit higher in the back. But let me tell you, when you drop this car, the handling transforms. It becomes a completely different machine, especially with a 6-cylinder, since it weighs less. This handles so much better than stock. It's not even funny. It's something I would totally recommend to everybody. You know, I still gotta do the polyurethane bushings and control arms in the back. You know, even the adjustable panhard bar. You know, my axle is a bit to the left, but it's okay. Doesn't show too much. Oh yeah, also the spoiler, the GT500, well, GT replica spoiler. So that, to be honest, was one of my best mods, I would say. It really, you know, you buy it on eBay, it's not expensive. Me, I painted it myself. Came out pretty decent. I mean, there's a bit of orange peel. It's not 100% perfect, but it's not bad for what it is. I mean, you know, there's the, you know, I'm trying to look at my stickers to see what else we got. Mustang Direct, shout out Mustang Direct in the South Shore of Montreal. T-Dot Performance as well, of course, shout out T-Dot Performance. Let's send on the interior. And of course I lock my doors because there's so many people that are going to steal the car here. Anyway, the most recent, the gauges. These are all mechanical gauges, so no electronic gauges here, sir. However, this was a pain to install. Just do yourself a favor and get yourself some electronic gauges. I'll explain that a bit later on in the video, but other than that, pretty much stock interior. Nothing really crazy. Like I said, it's a base model, so it's not really, you know, the craziest of the crazy, but got the White Madness shifter on the automatic. This, I gotta be honest, guys, when I got it, I absolutely loved it. However, the paint has started to crack, it started to fade. It's kind of, I don't know, that kind of let me down a little bit. But still, I mean, it's still a nice modification. You know, the Roush aluminum pedals as well. Found this new old stock on eBay, which is pretty cool. Other than that, pretty much same deal. Pop the hood, show you guys under the hood. Like I said, you know, this car's been nothing short of reliable. I love it to death. I mean, a V8 will eventually come, but as it stands right now, I have too much emotional attachment to this car that I just can't do anything to it. I love it too much. But yeah, BBK Cold Air. I've had this on here for maybe, I don't know, maybe a year and a half now, running with the SCT tune as well. And I gotta be honest, man, it does sound cool, it looks cool, you know. And I was skeptical about the power gains, you know, because I was one of those people that didn't really believe that, you know, these cold air intakes really actually work. But trust me, they do. They absolutely do. These are one of these no tune required type filters, but honestly, give it a proper tune and these cars will shine. Seriously. You know, it's got the strut brace as well, the Ford Racing strut brace, painted in blue. It was actually not me who painted it. I got that second hand through a couple of Mustang Connects over here in Montreal. But I've actually got the Shelby one as well in the trunk. Didn't mention this before, but there's the Shelby brace as well through the trunk. You know, going directly to the shock absorbers. And honestly, I don't really know if it really makes a difference, if I'm brutally honest. I mean, it looks cool, but as far as difference goes, you know, it's just still got the stock throttle body on it. I haven't changed any of that. hoping to soon enough do some headers. I'd love to put a set of BBK Shorty headers on there, but you know, life gets in the way sometimes. I mean, overall, there's still been quite a bit of money put into this car. You know, it's here I was saying about the mechanical gauges. I've got tapped into the hose over here because the probe is going directly through the firewall into the gauge. Even as far as the oil gauge goes, I've got the oil line running all the way down to where the sending unit is. I made a little T-fitting down there, passed the whole wire across through the firewall to the top, leaving me maybe an inch at the most of slack. So do yourself a favor, if you're going to install gauge pods in these cars, just get electronic gauges. Yeah, they're cool as hell and they're super precise, but just get yourself electronic gauges. That's the best advice I could give. I mean, other than that, I mean, it's pretty much it, man. It's I'm for sure forgetting stuff. for sure I'm forgetting stuff, but honestly, this has been one hell of a car, man, and I really can't complain. I guess I give you guys a little sound clip before we cut this short, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy it. To all those out there still rocking the 4.0, keep it up, because we're becoming a dying breed now. In the future, like I said, you know, I'd like to put some headers on this car. Maybe convert it to dual exhaust, you know, because I'm at the point with this car where it's really, I've really got it shaped up nicely, but still dual exhaust would be nice. But nonetheless, I'll give you guys a little exhaust clip. We have it. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time, whether it's in a couple of months or in a couple of years from now, knowing the way I post my my shit. But anyway, thank you for watching. Till next time, peace.